Happy Thursday afternoon. I'm getting caught up, so I'm going back to day 6 of the Bible recap. So on day 6, we were reading in Job 10 through 13. And the third friend finally speaks out, and he is no better than the first two. In fact, he might be the worst one. So what he says is, first, Job is pleading to God. He just wants to find out what he's done wrong. I mean, he is just crying out to God. He just knows that all of this punishment, all of this loss is because of something he's done, and he wants God to tell him what it is. Well, then in chapter 11, this is when the third friend finally says something, and he actually tells Job that God is punishing him less than what he even deserves. Like, what? What kind of friend are you? I'm really hoping that Job just sort of, after all this is over with, these three friends, they need to take a hike. That's my opinion, okay? That's not in the Bible. That's just Shannon from Alabama's opinion. In chapter 12, Job, I guess he's just had enough of it, and he just claps back. He tells them, I guess wisdom's going to die with y'all. And he says, they're no better than him. Which is true. None of us are better than anybody else. He talks about God's power. So he does still realize, even though he's pleading with God, even though he's crying out, even though he's hurting and he's mourning, he still knows that God is sovereign, right? God is over all of this. In chapter 13, the last chapter, he just wants to argue his case with God, okay? Now, let me tell you what one of my favorite verses from this reading is. It's 13:15, and I read out of the NLT for the Bible recap this year, but I don't like the way it's worded in the NLT, so I think this is the wording from the NIV. Though he slay me, my hope is in him. And even when we have to go through what we have to go through this side of heaven, and if I could just tell y'all about all that I've been through and all that's happened in my life, you would think, I have it a little bit better than her. But though he slay me, I still hope in him, because he's like the only hope that we have this side of heaven. So even through the darkness, Job is still saying that his hope is in God. He still hasn't completely lost sight of God, his creator. So not tomorrow. Today is actually day 8. That was day 6. I'm about to do day 7, and then I'm going to do day 8. Y'all, coming back to school this week was just intense. It was a little difficult. So I'll see you in just a little bit for day 7.